Yo, what it do, baby? We back. Another episode, Primo Sports, episode 26, you know what I mean? Out here pumping out this content every week for y'all. You know, it's your host, Jake, spreading love. Of course, I'm with my co-host.
You already know who it is. It's your boy Lex, and welcome back to another episode of Primo Sports, where it's all game and no hype.
Yes, sir. You know the vibes, man. We out here back on the TikTok. This is just a little temporary thing till we get a little better quality camera and, so bear with us for a moment. So, we just gonna jump right into it, man. This shit getting crazy with this Giannis talk. Apparently, the agent and Giannis have talked, and they're about to start these trade talks with Milwaukee and shit. Try to get him out of there. The pretty much the main destination that a lot of people are talking about, and one place that he mentioned as well, is New York. You feel me? It's my team, obviously, so that's pretty exciting. But we'll get into the details on how that might not be too exciting too. But yeah. So with the Knicks being a destination, what do you feel like the move is for Giannis, and what other options could you possibly see as well besides the Knicks? I guess I would say,
This is an interesting situation, honestly. Right?
Honestly,
Not a good one. Because I know he mentioned the Knicks, and it was mentioned prior, like this summer. But there's like a what would the Knicks give up in order to make that happen? What are they willing to give up? Because Milwaukee is going to be asking for a lot. So then what are they willing to give up? And how would it affect the team chemistry that the Knicks already have going forward? I know he is a big name, yes, but what pieces are you going to give up, and are those key pieces to help you win the championship? Or to at least be in that hunt. So I would really think it's just what are you willing to give up in order to get that, because Milwaukee is going to be expecting a lot, and it's not just going to be like a couple draft picks to get him over there. As far as anywhere else, I only don't see anywhere else because I haven't heard anything else. I've only really heard the Knicks mainly, but overall, I can't see where you would really put him right now. It would have to be, for his sake and out of respect to him and what he brings to the table, it's going to have to be a championship contending team. And with those other contending teams out there, what are they willing to give up? So I really just think for the other teams, what are you willing to give up to get them?
yeah, and you don't have to give up a lot, and I'm glad you asked that. So I have a couple trade proposals, as you would say. I have a couple options I'm thinking of. So ones that I'm comfortable with too, because the whole thing for me is like I need it to be JB, Cat, and Giannis. I don't, but most of the time everybody mentions Cat in the trade, but I think honestly, if we were to do Mikal Bridges, Shamit, and OG Anunoby, right, and then picks. You feel me? Sometimes we don't have really a lot of high draft picks like that, like for next year, but I think we do for like the next 2 years from now. Either way, just pair a good amount of picks in there. You feel me? And give you Mikal, OG, and Shamit. That's three solid fucking players, bro. I don't know. I just can't see it because, I'm not taking Cat out of the equation. I need y'all both to be there. I need all three of y'all to be there. I need the big three assembled. And somebody I don't want to let go is like Josh Hart. Like Josh Hart, I don't want to let go of somebody like that just because he brings a little bit more than just what you see on the court. It's a lot of grit. It's the extra effort, off the offensive rebounding. And I think, when you kind of interchange the units, now let's say you have Giannis and Cat on the floor. You have a big man that is going to the basket, unstoppable, spin move, dunking on everybody's head. And then you also still have the other big man that stretches the floor, that hits threes and also has a post game too. And then Giannis could kind of cover for him on his defensive weaknesses. And then if you have Giannis in there with Mitchell Robinson, now I feel like the boards are being dominated like crazy. Because now, you have two rebounds and they're both on the court at the same time. It could work. I don't want to give up too much. If we could avoid it, then,
Right. If there's a way to avoid it, because at the same, like, yeah, at the same time, you don't want to necessarily break up anything that you have because the ball is rolling.
Yeah,
And you know what I mean? And it's like it just, you would have to be really willing to take that risk. But then I also think too, though, on the Milwaukee side, what direction are they trying to go right now? Are
right.
they still trying to be in some type of contention? Because then for now and then even possibly the future.
No, I wouldn't think that.
Because if they're still trying to be some type of a contender, then they probably would want like a Cat or something like that to keep them in some type of contention. But I like, just from the Milwaukee standpoint, I would just think, what direction are you trying to head in right now? If the trade does go through, just what direction are you trying?
Because if I'm giving you Cat, I'm not giving you two other players. I'm giving you maybe one more. I'm not giving you Cat, OG, and Mikal or some shit like that. You feel me? I can't do that.
They could just want Cat and a pick. Maybe some cash with it. I don't like I said, I don't really know, because these aren't really my team. So, but I'm just thinking more so, what direction would Milwaukee wants to go in? We already know where the Knicks want to go, right? We know where they're trying to get to.
Yeah.
It's what are you trying to do now, Milwaukee? Because now, let's say you do want to take on a Cat or something like that, and he doesn't want to stay. Now you have to go through that process again. Right. And like, there's just a lot of shit that they have to think about as well, and how it's gonna affect them. Because then it's like, well, what if it just makes sense for both sides to just get it done at the end of the season? And what if there's more wiggle room on you guys' end to get
right,
to
like
get them?
maybe,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
maybe what if the timing just isn't right for it to happen? What if, because who knows, man? Like, what if you guys do decide to say, okay, we will give you an OG. You know what I'm saying? We will give you whomever's on the team that you're really willing to part ways with. And, because of the off season, people going other places and stuff, it frees up some of the cap. So then now, what if you don't have to even give up too much and you're able to just pay him outright? You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? You know what I mean? Maybe the timing just isn't right, and it is a possibility to happen. But like, for me, I'm just thinking more so, Milwaukee, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to do right now, and then for beyond? Because we know what the Knicks are trying to do.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a definite what they're trying to do. So, but what is Milwaukee wanting? What are they thinking? What are they thinking is going to be right for them for now and the near future?
Yeah, I think it's just gonna be all on Giannis, on the timing of when shit happens. If he wants to make moves now, I think we'll be forced to either tell him no, or we'll be forced to either tell him that we have a trade package that could bring him. But because he's the one that's going to determine, because like, in the best case scenario, it would be the Knicks do their run, I mean, best case scenario is we win the chip, and then if we win the chip, it would be like evaluating like whether we would even need to add him if we already won a chip with that. But like, let's say we get to the finals and then we lose to like OKC or some shit in the finals. Then it's like that's more ideal for the time that I would really be like, all right, let's fuck it, let's do it. Let's trade who we gotta trade to get Giannis over here, because maybe that's the extra piece that we need. But
and then I know
they're losing
like,
a lot over there in Milwaukee right now.
And then I know like the main team right now is like the Knicks, right? Like that's kind of where he would love to go, right?
Yeah.
What if another team emerges that's a playoff contending team that's willing to give Milwaukee the package that they're looking for, and Giannis is more than willing to go over there?
I mean, like it would have to be like it would matter. It would matter who's the team.
And that's what I'm saying though.
What's the
but
thing?
That's why I said if Giannis was willing to do that, if it's a team that he can see, it's a playoff contending team, it's a team that he's willing to go to, and he's like, you know what? I was thinking New York, but this isn't too bad neither. You know what I'm saying? What if mad fucking randomly the fucking Lakers just come out of the fucking picture and willing to give up the fucking house for this nigga? What if, you know what I'm saying? Just mad randomly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think
because you never know.
I just think like,
you know what I mean?
I think I mean it could. I just think it's a lot unlikely though, just because everybody else, like the Knicks, are the only team that have all of that, the perfect combination of a team that is contender ready and has people that they could possibly give up and still be somewhat decent. I don't think any of these other teams are in that position. If you look at Detroit, who the fuck can they? They're literally built off of what they've done together, like from the draft picks and being drafted. Like so they can't give up anybody. If you're looking at the Lakers, they don't really have. Nope, because like the only people you would have to try to give up like Austin Reeves and like I can't think of nobody else. But we have like because OG, Meca, like those are pretty top of the line players as far as like not being superstars. Those are borderline all-star players. Like the other teams, they don't really have that. Like Orlando, if they give up like Wagner and like Suggs or something, they don't have that caliber. So it's like it has to be the Knicks, or you're gonna force it somewhere else where you're probably not gonna be in a contender. I don't know what you're gonna like. I don't know. I don't see where there could be another pathway, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a Knicks fan. I'm just saying that just being realistic. If I'm evaluating, I'm looking at all the teams. They don't. If it would be devastating the people that they would give up. It might not be as devastating for the people that we give up because we have a good amount of depth and all of that too. But ultimately, it's gonna be up to him when people start, even other teams and whatever, start even throwing the shit out there. Because it matters how fast he wants to start getting the ball rolling on this. Are we going to do it now? Are you looking to start by the trade deadline? Or are you going to ride this whole shit out with Milwaukee? Because y'all niggas ain't going nowhere. They're not good. You feel me? Like the team, once they got rid of Drew Holiday, it all started going downhill. Brought in Damian Lillard, didn't work out, injured. Now, what they got, Kuzma, and that's another thing. People are trying to pair Kuzma in the shit. That's not really too bad, but I don't know how comfortable I am with trying to add Kuzma in there too.
They said he was going to be better than Tatum.
Yeah, nah, I'm bugging. Give me Tatum right now over Kuzma. Give me Tatum.
They really said he was going to be better than my nigga JT.
Give me Tatum right now. Injured over
my nigga in the lab getting buckets right now.
Yeah,
My
I see.
nigga been in the lab getting buckets. I like that. I like that. I like that. Working hard. His rehab been going real good.
And then even y'all, that another team. Like I don't feel like there's if who would y'all give up
We
that
wouldn't give nothing. I don't think right now we
you
would
know what
give
I'm
nothing.
saying?
Up.
So
There would
like
be
nobody's in that position that's ready to try to do something like that besides us, really, right now. And I don't know. It's scary for me. I don't know because I'm conflicted. I'm like I want to kind of see what we can do with what we got now because I mean we made it to Eastern Conference Finals last year. If we don't do that fucking collapse in game one, you know, probably a whole different series. Most likely go to the finals, honestly, or have a really good chance. You know, so it's hard to be like, oh well, let's just throw off all that chemistry,
that's
all
what I'm
that
saying.
work,
That's my
and
thing.
now
It's
bring
like
in, you know,
who because like I said, it would just. I'm just thinking more so from the Knicks side. Who are you willing to say like, if this comes down to it, who are you really willing to package and part ways with? And then two, on the Milwaukee side, what direction are you trying to go right now? You feel me?
I mean, if
Like,
they're getting rid of Giannis, it has to be rebuilt. It has to be rebuilt. It can't be.
like,
If you're getting rid of Giannis, it has to be rebuild mode. It can't
what are
be
you
anything
trying
else.
to do? Like, do you want to like? Cause like, let's say they say, all right, give us Cat. Are you gonna try to package Cat now for next season? Cause I know Cat's not gonna want to stay there. So are you gonna try to package him?
You're gonna try to
You
get.
know what I'm
You're
saying?
gonna not.
And
You're,
get and trade him to get some younger pieces. And to so it works out for both of y'all. He can go to another team,
yeah.
and then you can get some pieces. You know what I'm saying? You send him to a good team. You don't send him to no bullshit ass team. You know what I mean? You give him his respect for what he did for you for the remaining of that season, and they get their little picks or whatever for it. And then it's like, but then even with that, it's almost like saying now Cat stock goes down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's this the whole situation is weird, and we're not gonna know until we know. You know what I mean? Like because a lot of the scenarios that we're coming up with, there's a slim chance of probably them happening. But then shit, what if there's shit behind the scenes that we don't know, bro?
Yeah, nah. There's always that.
You know what I mean?
But,
So it's just like it's yeah.
Nah.
Like how fast is Milwaukee trying to get this rebuild going? You feel me?
Yeah.
Like how fast are they trying to do it?
I'm thinking you're just trying to get a good quality amount of players so that way the rebuild is a little bit easier because if you have multiple good pieces now you're hoping in the draft or something like that you get that.
Right.
Because again, you got to remember who you are. You're Milwaukee. You're probably not getting the free agent now. Remember, y'all drafted Giannis. Y'all didn't fucking trade for him or anything like that. So you have to think like that too. Like in this shit, you're gonna need solid players to try to be some type of an attractive, landing spot for other players. So like they be like, oh, they got OG Mikel and whatever. Okay, and Miles Turner and shit. Okay, if I add I'm a superstar or whatever. If I add myself into that, maybe I can make that work or some shit like that. But, you're going to need somebody, like, to go to Milwaukee, it sounds crazy, but it'll have to be for a ring-chasing situation. So it has to look like a really good spot that you could go win a championship at.
Right.
Where
there's already
you're not going, because the market is terrible. You're not going to do nothing over there, you know what I'm saying, as far as the market goes. So,
It's interesting.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Giannis trying to be on the move, and then you got like the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? Just to get into that, getting rid of Chris Paul, parting ways with him. I seen a video. I seen the video of Ty Lue saying "fuck CP" and started shooting the ball. Some crazy shit like that, man. I don't understand it. Cause like, why the fuck did y'all sign him in the first place just to do this? Was like crazy to me. I understand the record isn't that good, but I mean, what did you expect him to do unless you're starting him and then he's like the reason why you're losing? Then I guess I understand it, but Man, y'all should have just let CP rock, man, for the retirement, man, for the whole fucking season. If y'all wasn't gonna do shit and win shit anyway, might as well let it rock. But last few episodes or 2 episodes ago, we talked about his retirement and saying it was gonna be good for him to go out with the Clippers. But I don't think this is a good look, man. I don't like this look.
Nah, it's not. This is funny money. This is weird. Like they sent him home from Atlanta. They said just go home. That's like being sent home from your job, and I don't know how to feel about it, honestly. I know that they've been saying, like, I guess how he's been acting and how he's trying to like check shit and all that. So I could kind of understand from like a coach's standpoint where it's like, nigga, you only here for a fucking year, bro. Why are you trying to come in and rent some shit?
Right.
But then I also understand where it's like, nigga, let that nigga talk his shit and just let him rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, just let him. You don't have to listen to the nigga. You can still coach how the fuck you want to coach and do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Right.
He's only here for the year. You can hit him with the yai and keep it fucking moving and do what you want to do. And if you want to leave, it's your last year.
It's like that OG that giving you advice that ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? The OG on the block that he ain't never made nothing of his life, but yeah, he always got some shit to tell you about something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's just. It would have been nice.
It's like you hear it, you go, alright, cool.
Right.
Fuck what he talking about. Listen, we're gonna run this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's like,
yeah, you could have just kept him there, man. I just feel like you could have kept him there and just let him fucking get his retirement shit over there, you know.
Let him go on this little farewell tour and just, keep it moving from there. I mean, obviously we're not there, so we don't know how fucking toxic the situation was or whatever, but I mean, I guess it is what the fuck it is, man.
And I don't know what it does. It throws a little nasty taste on it. Pulls like from the aspect of just like, damn, like now when you talk about how it ended for somebody, it's a little easier when you're able to say like, yo, it ended like he retired, Kobe, goes out crazy, or have a good game in your last game. Derek Jeter hits a walk off, and on his last at bat at home, and for the Yankees, it's like you could have let him have something like that, like maybe in the last game of the season you start him. You know what I'm saying? Say, fuck it. Starting CP and let's let him try to go crazy for the last game with the Clippers, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, I guess maybe he could have been a little toxic. I could see that, but at the end of the day, that's him. He's a competitor, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna, if he sees motherfuckers slacking or like, the shit looking like nobody's putting in the effort, he's gonna say something because that's the cloth that he's cut from, He's a hard work ethic, a high IQ basketball player. So, I mean, maybe there's some shit behind it. Like, there has to be something personal, because if that video was, like, really true what I saw, I mean, Ty Lue definitely said fuck CP. So, maybe it was some shit talking back and forth, and that's why they're like, man, we ain't even about to deal with this old head, like, talking to us like this and shit like this, like, but I think it was still like kind of classless, if that wasn't the case. If it was the case of like, toxicity in the motherfucker, then I guess, yeah, let him go, because y'all already not really doing too good in the season anyway. But Harden been kind of cooking, Kawhi just doesn't stay on the court, so,
Even that right there.
The Clippers shit has been fucked up ever since they traded Shea, bro. They traded Shea and all these picks and all this shit for fucking Paul George, bro. That motherfucker ain't even there now. You feel me? Like, and now look at what Shea's doing over there in OKC, bro. These motherfuckers are 22-1. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, yo, the Clippers probably made the most diabolical move ever.
The
Like,
Clippers just been. The Clippers have had the issue since they came into existence.
yeah,
They just have that. They're just will always be the little bros
they're the
to the
Clippers.
Lakers. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? They will always be that. Yes, and it's like they have to win a chip in order to like break that. But obviously it's like this year that I don't think that's happening at all. I understand you got James Harden and shit, but
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna
you
really
guys
wanna.
had
Yeah.
they had moments with Lob City that was entertaining, exciting, all that. But overall, I mean, it's the Clippers, bro.
Yeah.
It's the Clippers.
It just shit don't work out for them. You know, they get Kawhi after he wins the chip with Toronto, and he's fucking hurt every fucking season pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, they can't fucking win. They can't win.
Which is crazy because it's like,
Think about who was in the draft with Blake Griffin. Somebody by the name of Stephen Curry. You know, like, you passed up on Steph. I mean, you know, granted, I understand, you know, hindsight's always 2020. But I was saying this shit back then to my pops, rest his soul. Say, yo, nah, I'm taking Curry over Blake because Curry was in Davidson bringing them motherfuckers to the Sweet 16, dropping 40 in the tournament. Feel me? I said that's a different type of athlete right there. That takes a different type of, like, if Blake Griffin was at Oklahoma, you know, a basketball school that gets a bunch of fucking, you know, recruits and, you know, 5-star people to go there, playing on a great team. My man was in Davidson, dropping 40.
I remember that year. He would have like 10 in the first half and in the game like 35, 40 points. But yeah, like the shit with Kawhi, this is why I feel like with the load management shit, it in a sense, it kind of backfires on you. Because when you miss a certain amount of time and then now you're trying to work them muscles back up, them shits ain't strong enough because you just been sitting down or you just been healing and not really doing too much, right?
Yeah.
So now those muscles ain't strong enough. So now you're going back out there, you're about to hurt yourself again. Because haven't been building on it.
Right. If you
like
don't use it, you lose it.
Like let's right. So like remember back in the day you go and play ball, whatever, let's say you twist your ankle. Let's say you do still play on it because you can, right?
Yeah.
You're just tightening up your shoe, boom, you still go play on it, right? But then that next day you're not playing basketball, but you might have it iced up or whatever. But you still might go and be walking on it a little bit, right? So that means you're still trying to build those muscles back up.
Right.
But if you're just sitting and you're just chilling,
Yeah.
you play one game and then you don't play the next 4 games, how do you expect to stay healthy?
Yeah. Why do you think they say walk it off, right? Whenever you twist your shit, they always say, yo, walk it off. Don't sit there because it gets...
Because your shit starts to stiffen up. You feel me?
No diddy,
right, pause.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything starts to, you know what I mean, get fucking crazy down there. Joints, everything stiffen, pause. So you're just like, And then you can't put the pressure on it. But at least you want to be able to like put the pressure on it and keep moving, keep walking and shit.
Right.
Trying, like, we're not saying like walk all day. Nah, because then you're really gonna fuck it up. But nah, you build the muscle. You rest when you need to rest, but still try to work on it.
So you saying like you feel like this is the reason why he's getting hurt so much? That
yeah, I feel like just
like
that in general,
he doesn't really do the conditioning and he's
probably doing all of that. But when you're not getting the game reps in,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like getting any type of real game reps. Is he practicing with the team?
Yeah.
What are the practices looking like?
And honestly, man, maybe it's
Cause think about it.
Yeah.
Like come on now, like what are you really doing to like build on that? Like, are you trying to like get stronger so you can get back out there, or is this just an injury where it's just like, nah, this is gonna just every time I get out there it fucks me up. So then it just gets to the point where it's like, why keep putting yourself out there? Because then it's only gonna hurt the team, but then in the long run you're just hurting yourself. Because then once you hit like 50, 60 years old and you're walking around on some crazy shit and you can't do certain shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, I hear it. Yeah, I hear it. It's just like, but what is he supposed to do? So, like, you're saying that if he's conditioning, you're saying, like, you don't know if he's doing that. But let's say he is. All right, I'm conditioning myself. You know, I'm doing strength training and all of that to get back. But then every time I step on the court.
Yeah, what I mean is, okay, you're doing all the strength training and shit. But are you up and down the court? Are you actually getting some live reps in with your team?
Right.
During practice.
Are you playing?
Are you playing one? Right. Are you playing basketball? Are you actually hooping?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To build on that, because if it's knees, whatever, you gotta get used to the jumping up and coming down, right?
Yeah.
You gotta get used to. Your body has to start getting used to that shit, right?
Yeah, so you saying, yeah, I think I feel you, because I feel like maybe motherfuckers is just too pussy with this shit, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I feel like, man, be like back in the day. And, cause like, there gotta be a reason why they used to really be able to play all 82. And it's probably because they be like, man, fuck what you talking about. Oh, yo, sit down for 2 weeks and don't step on. Nah. I gotta get back out there. Excuse me, I gotta get back out there. You feel me? So I'm about to hoop. Fuck what this doctor's talking about. You feel me? I'm going out there and I'm hooping, bruh. So maybe there's some type of truth that I could kind of see what you're saying is like. I think a lot of these athletes they listen. I think they're listening too much to these doctors.
It's just like
yo, start playing. Start.
It's almost like the argument with like how, okay, like how niggas is always talking about there's too many trainers nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Like back in the day when niggas got nice, how did niggas get nice? By going to hoop.
Hooping. You had to get the reps
by
in.
going to hoop, right?
Yep.
They're not worried about the 1-2 dribble pull up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And let's work on that 500 times or whatever. You're doing that when you're practicing by yourself or whatever. But the majority of your reps and the majority of your practice is coming from going out there and hooping. Right. Because that's when you're really working on moves. Mm-hmm. You feel me? You're really working on your moves going against a defender. How can I slip past this? How can I create my space to get this shot off? That's how you're really getting a lot of your practice. So then when you're going out there to hoop, oh, this is easy. I played against a nigga like you before. You like to play defense like this.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm not gunning the trainers and like the all that skill shit.
But sometimes you just
go out there and hoop.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta.
You're so worried about like the bag work is dope, right? We all love the bag work, but sometimes it's like, you could have simplified that, right?
Yeah.
If you would have just high body and go to the basket, right? But nah, you wanted to high play with it, come back and do this. Because that's what your trainer is telling you to do.
Yeah.
But you going out there and hooping and just seeing, oh, that's a nice angle, I could take that.
Right.
Bunny, higher percentage shot.
Right.
Pull up, higher percentage shot.
Yeah.
Or even if it is, I could pull it back. Tray ball, got you.
Yep.
You go out there and hoop, bro. That's how niggas was getting nice. That's how you pretty much earned your respect, right? Like this is why niggas like Melo was getting respected, right? This is why niggas like KD get respected, right? For their game, right? Because they was hooping. They was just going out there to hoop.
Yeah, so when it comes down to it, it does make a lot of sense when you really think about it, because I feel like that's what's going to really strengthen your shit anyway. It's like really going out there and just playing, and there has to be some type of truth to it, because people back in the day played more games than motherfuckers play nowadays. So it gotta mean something. I don't understand it. Because supposedly we're supposed to be stronger and all, more athletic and all this shit, but how come they're more injury prone?
The shoes are a lot more comfortable. The training that they get, they act like the trainers that they
the
have.
Gear that you
the
get.
The gear that they get. You had niggas back in the day that were playing in Chuck Taylors, bro.
Right, playing all 82.
You could feel a blade of grass on a pair of Chucks, bro.
Yeah.
So it's like, and now it's like you got all this cushioning and all this other shit, and you got more players who are fucking up their Achilles.
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
And that sucks, because how many players nowadays have torn an Achilles? Happened to Tatum, happened to fucking
Lillard.
KD, Damian Lillard. That's 3, and like
Tyrese
Halliburton, that's 4, and there were, and 2 of them were in the same year, right?
Yeah.
Halliburton and fucking JT.
No, and Lillard. That was
and
all
Lillard,
in the
right?
Same year, yeah.
I'm not saying injuries didn't happen, but these type of injuries weren't happening too crazy. You know what I'm saying?
They keep
like
happening to like the star people too.
Right.
Like,
ACLs, MCLs, those are kind of like the normal for athletes. You know
yeah, shit. I feel like
Basketball,
you can't control shit tearing. You know what I mean? Or like deteriorating. Really, like that's cartilage and
ligaments.
Like that.
Shit,
and then, some of it has to be genetics too. You know what I mean? Your genetic build, your genetic, your disposition already, like your body disposition, like how you're built. You know what I mean? Like some of it is unavoidable, but I think if you it's almost like how if you look at people that grew up earlier back in the days when, just playing in the dirt, like always not fucking caring about like yo, when a motherfucker asked to go get a sandwich, he like, oh, I gotta get the most clean sandwich. Nigga, nah, bro. Everybody just, bro, I'm about to go get lunch. I heard this on a Rogan podcast, like Adam Carolla or some shit was talking about this shit. He like, yo, when you asked, when you worked in construction and the motherfucker was like, yo, I'm about to go get lunch, ain't nobody was like, oh, yo, make sure you give me the turkey with the da. It was just whatever the fuck he got. They came back and everybody ate the fucking sandwich with dirty hands, all that shit, and they wasn't catching nothing. Just live their life happy as fuck because you gotta condition yourself for that. So you gotta just keep playing ball all the time. Maybe stop working out as much.
Maybe stop.
Cause like the weightlifting and all that, it puts pressure on your joints and all of that shit. Maybe if motherfuckers just worry more about hooping than working out as much, you could probably, not everybody's fucking LeBron James, you know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody is LeBron with the,
You see him now sitting his ass down.
Yeah, because, that's his father time is going to catch up to you. But to be able to do, I'm just saying, to be able to get to where he's at playing at that level is rare. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
But
and then I'm gonna go not to cut you off.
But
good. Then just going off of that, like because he's 40 or whatever, and it's like that's crazy. But then I'm gonna bring it up. Fuck it. The nigga Mike, my nigga, niggas don't talk about his work ethic, but it was obviously there. But fucking you had a nigga who retired, the last retirement, my nigga. Niggas probably drinking, smoking, doing all that other shit. Came back to the Wizards and played all 82 games, bro.
Right, yeah.
For a nigga who drank and smoked, right? Cigars, right? All 82 was averaging a good 20 and some change, right? So and this was a nigga who was drinking and smoking, right? Compared to what these players are doing now, they have all of this technology and all of this shit going on. Why the fuck is he able to play to all 82 in an era where the defense was crazy and niggas was fucking hard fouls and all this other shit? In an era where it's like you touch a nigga and it's a flagrant.
Because he was running ball. He was running scrimmages, you feel me? He kept moving.
Like, that's my thing. It's
ball.
like
it
niggas,
wasn't really all about the working out and the hyperbaric chambers and all this shit. It wasn't about that shit back then. It was really about just getting in the gym, doing your little weights, and then go out there and run scrimmage. Go out there and run fives. Because that's really where you hone your skills at anyway. You got to run fives. I can't learn how to do I can't learn my jab step one dribble pull up doing squats. I gotta go out there and be on the court hooping.
I go hooping.
I gotta go hoop. More of the story is go hoop.
That's what I think the biggest issue is. Niggas just don't go hoop anymore. I know they got their little runs that they be having out in UCLA and shit like that, but it's just like now it's just a whole bunch of training. Like we're gonna train, we're gonna work on this today, we're gonna work on this today. All right, we good. But there's nobody. It just doesn't seem like niggas are just going out there hooping, playing ball like how you used to do with your boys back in the day, or even now when you go on YouTube and you just watching hoop videos and you see people just out there hooping on the blacktop or something like that. That's another thing too. I don't think a lot of these players have really hooped on the blacktop, bro.
Yeah, that was really AAU. Well, the thing is, like, I think you're gonna have a little bit less of that now because these kids are playing in AAU and coming up through the circuit and all of that now versus like street ball. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I hope I hope for the culture that y'all is still going playing in your neighborhoods. You feel me? Like, cause the only ones that's doing it is like the ball is life people and shit like that.
Cause that toughens you up. That's a whole different toughness too. Because then now you're playing up in these elements, a different type of element.
You're gonna play on double rim.
You're gonna play on a double. You play on a double rim. It might be a little chillier out that day. You know what I'm saying? The wind is a little bit more windy.
Perfect, so
it's not perfect, right? You gotta watch where you dribble at. You feel me? The rim may even be tilted a little bit. You may have no net on that bitch. The backboard, something's wrong with it or something like that. And if you're in one of them type of environments, like if you grow up in like a New York or something like that, and you go into like a Dykeman where it's like now you're like in the fucking lion's den, you're in the jungle and shit, that it does something to you. It brings a different type of toughness. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit, cause you're in New York, you're gonna hear the wildest shit playing ball, right?
Yeah.
So do you know if you on Dykeman or some shit like that, they gonna be saying the wildest shit, crazy shit. That's just gonna build you. That's gonna make you not only mentally, tougher, physically tougher, cause now you gonna wanna be proving shit. You just gonna be a tough ball player, bro.
Tough ball player, that ass, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that nigga, he hoop, bro. He hoop. You can't rattle that boy. You know what I'm saying? So if you are a player who's able to get to like the college level and shit like that, and then eventually the NBA, you're prepared.
Yeah, like there should be stories about you and shit. Like motherfuckers be like, yo, nah, this nigga used to come through and hoop at Forest Park or whatever and drop 40 on the blacktop. Motherfucker was shooting from half court and shit on the double rim and cash and shit. Like you gotta have those stories about you. You feel me?
Yeah, because everything is like you said AAU now. So now it's like you don't really hear them type of stories.
And they know that the AAU shit, because the AAU is getting a lot of exposure too. So I understand it because they're getting the ball is life people to start filming over there and all of that shit. And then you see what it could do for your brand, because now with the NILs, it's all about building your brand up too, as well as hooping. It ain't really just all about hooping anymore. You have to be marketable as well, because it is an entertainment thing. But that shit is crazy, man. So we gonna wrap up that basketball shit. We're gonna jump into a little football. 2 days ago, Thursday night football went down. Detroit, stomping out the Cowboys. After the Cowboys, beating fucking Philly and then beating the Chiefs. Having some notable wins, looking like, hold up, they might be on the way. Detroit put a stop to that, man, and possibly put a stop to their playoff hopes as well. Because I know that really knocked them out. They're gonna have to win out for sure, and hope. I think they're gonna probably need some people to lose too. But yeah, man, so we'll bring up basically the main thing from there is that Richard Sherman talked about how Pickens really was basically looking like he ain't want to go after no ball, lackluster.
He did like that, I'm not gonna lie.
Pretty much the complaints that we've had about him before in the past with kind of like what people have with him in the past, and that kind of compared to the Marvin Harrison Jr. shit with the lackluster, like, oh, I just when they're not into it. But I'll give him this. I'll give him his credit. He actually acknowledged that. So for you, do you want to hear the acknowledgement, or is it more like, okay, yeah, I'm glad you acknowledged it, but bro, how about just perform? Because basically it was like he wasn't going after the ball too much, you know, like
crazy
it was
to me because of the game that you had prior.
Right.
You feel me?
And the games you've been having,
right?
Since,
like
you know,
you've been
arguably
stellar.
Yeah,
you've had a stellar, year, a good year. It was looking like the Steelers really fucked up by letting you go. So for me, it's like okay, you acknowledged it, cool, that's great, but that cost us a game.
Yeah.
You feel me? I don't know why you did this, but now we have to go out here and like win this shit out. You feel me? We could have been in a better position than what we are in now, but for whatever reason, you decided to you weren't engaged for whatever reason. Don't know why. At this point, it doesn't matter because the game is already lost. So, cool. Thank you for the acknowledgement, but now I'm watching you from here on out. You feel me? Now I kind of got you under a microscope.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, is this going to be continued behavior, or was this just something that just for whatever reason, a mental break, something that you wasn't feeling within the team chemistry or communication that made you act like this? Whatever the case may be, I'm watching you now. Now I have to watch you because this was an important game for us to win.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, this was a big game. We won 2 big games already. Now we need to win this other one, which would be great for us because of the teams that we beat in these last 3 games. But because you decided to have a personal agenda, now that puts us, you know what I mean? It makes us, it has us take a step back now, opposed to taking a step forward.
They're 6-6-1 now.
You know what I mean?
And like a 9%.
We could have been. We would have been 7-5, right? That would the niggas win. That makes you 7-5-1. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right now there in the mix.
You're right there now. Now we're on the outside looking in right now. Like, okay, what is our schedule looking like? What are these other dudes what are they doing that's ahead of us? We gotta hope that they lose. Maybe even if it just takes one of them, we need one of these motherfuckers to lose so we can sneak in and possibly take this last spot.
Yeah.
So it's like you hurt yourself and you also hurt the team.
Yeah, I would say like, and you hurt, the possibility of you really being that number 1 now, because even Lamb was fucking cooking in that bitch. He went down with a concussion, unfortunately, after trying to reach out for a crazy ass catch.
Was that in the end zone?
Yeah, that was the one in the end zone. Yeah, but he was going federal, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, this made me be like, I can't ever look at you as a 1 because this was already an issue. So like, I already know that, like, I feel like history repeats itself. Like, you just gonna keep doing this shit, or maybe the acknowledgement means that you finally decided to change. But I wish you would have just not had to do that. You know what I'm saying? I wish you would have had no reason to acknowledge anything, because you were hooping before this shit, and all it was you not putting in effort. Like, you're getting paid millions to play a fucking sport and you can't put in effort? I'm not hearing that. I gotta wake up. You know what I'm saying? Me and my cousin, we gotta wake up, go work motherfucking regular jobs and shit, and put in effort into these shits. And not get paid millions. You get paid millions and can't put in effort? I can't, you know what I mean? Like, it's just something I can't understand personally, Let a motherfucker tell me, yo, you could run routes and shit and catch a football and be rich and set for life. And you think I wouldn't put in my absolute best effort? You're fucking crazy.
I don't care if I'm getting 5 catches a year.
Yeah. I'm cool with that. Baby. I could be averaging 2 yards per catch. I'm cool with that.
I would
mad effort for them 2 yards.
I will always be on the team. You know why? Because I'll be the locker room guy.
Yeah.
I'll be the solid locker room guy, keeping us together. Let's go, y'all. We got this. Don't worry about it. We looking good. We looking great. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, putting in hella effort.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, special teams, I'm out there. They put me on special teams. Fuck it. I'm running. Yeah. Get this tackle.
Yeah, so it's like, now the Cowboys are probably out of it, which fuck it for me is cool. I don't give a fuck. I'm a Giants fan at the end of the day. So they could kick rocks for all I care, but I had to acknowledge the fact that they lost that game. It was a Thursday night game. I think Detroit, they're gonna have the ball rolling again. They're always a team you can't sleep on. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs, 3 touchdown game, absolute monster. You know what I'm saying?
And that was a must win. I believe too.
Yeah.
For Detroit. I think that was something that they really needed to win. Because I think they lose for Detroit. I think that was something that they really needed to win. Because I think they lose their last. And for them to be a contender, because aren't they like 8-5 now or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what I mean, like, yeah. That was a good win, because then if they didn't win, then it would have been probably looking a little different for them. You feel me? As far as the playoffs go, but they ended up getting the win, so that's I feel like that was a must win for them, and they got it. So that's what's up.
Yeah, that's what's up. And then fuck it, we'll just jump right into it. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, y'all beat us and shit. Y'all, y'all, whatever. But I don't give a fuck though. You can't tell me that. I'll tell you this though. Listen. In the game, I feel like we really could have made that shit way more of a game if motherfuckers would have just not been pussy, one, and just been like, it's like, boom. And let's just go over it, right? Mm-hmm. So, when Jackson Dart runs and gets hit, mm-hmm. right? One, it was a clean hit, and it's something that I would have wanted my team to do too if if anybody is fucking running and you're inbounds, it's free game. As long as it's a legal hit. Where it got fucked up at is, and it's kind of where I'm like, I'm back and forth really with who I want to blame for this shit, because I could understand, all right, Jackson Dart, he wants to play like that. But when you do that, you kind of put Theo Johnson in a rough spot to not defend you. Because he doesn't really, in real time, he can't really tell if the hit is clean or not. So, yes, he shouldn't have reacted. And then things change, right? Like, every little moment there could have been moments that we could have swung the momentum so fucking crazy to make it more of a game. Not saying that we would have won, but it would have been way more of a game. That could have been a 3rd and 1, becomes a fucking 3rd and 16. Because of the fucking, all the shit, the penalty on the side. Fucks up that drive. Now, boom, move forward. It's 17-7. Get down the field. And you cannot make this shit up. This motherfucker kicks the ground.
Yeah, that was special.
So, oh yeah, but y'all still we would have been down only a touchdown. Versus not getting it, losing some yards on this shit, by the way, and then giving the Pats this shit basically at the half field.
Nah, you're right.
You know what I mean? Then boom, fuck it. Let's move on from that, right? Then you have other plays like where it's like I just fourth and one, and you don't go for it, bro. Nah, you're fucking bugging, bro. You're bugging, bro. Straight pussy shit. Mad, just like, and all those points were pretty much scored in the first half. Nothing else was scored in the second half. So you had opportunity after opportunity, but you fucking do dumb shit. It's 15-30. It's 2 possession game. Yes, it would have been a fourth and like 8 or some shit like that. But it's 8 minutes left in the fourth, bro. We're not going nowhere. We're not making it nowhere, bro. Go for that shit. Fuck is all this conservative bullshit when you're 2-10.
Well, you might as well, right?
Might as well just fucking go for it and just either get fucking annihilated or make it and have a chance to make it a 1 possession game. Because I really think, with the momentum and the shit, the way the shit was going, we were locked in defensively in the second half. Could have did a comeback. But again, it's always our fucking coaching with this shit. Which is why I give it such high praise, 40%. 60% is the players. But you need that fucking coaching, and this motherfucker, it's just crazy.
Yeah, no, I thought it was gonna be a little bit better game. Like I told you before, last week when we was talking about the scores, I really thought it was gonna be 24-20 just because of the last couple games, the way that you guys played, and the way that you guys came out. You guys were close to getting wins in those last 2 games. So I was a little shocked. The hit on Duck, obviously, watching the game at first, it was like, oh shit, is that a clean hit? Was my first thought initially.
That was not your fucking first.
Nah, I'm dead serious.
No, bro.
Nah, it was a whoa. Is that a clean hit?
Yo, nah,
is it clean?
You know what you said.
Nah.
Hit that. I know.
Hit him, but is it clean though? Because it's a penalty.
You saw
if
the flag.
If it's a flag, then that fucks us up, right? Then it becomes just a dumb fucking play.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I'm about to say, don't fucking make it nice because I'm saying right here.
Nah. Obviously, when it hit him, it's a whoa. But is it? Okay. All right, cool. All right, good.
Right.
You see the replay, and I'm like, oh no leading with the helmet.
Yeah,
all from the side.
He was inbounds.
He was still in bounds. I'm going on Twitter, I'm seeing what everybody is saying. My only thought in the situation is, this is how Tom Brady came off the bench and became a 7-time champion. A similar hit.
Yeah.
You feel me? Going out of, trying to be a little too cute, trying to go out of bounds a little slow. Brian Cox from the fucking Jets pops him. He's out. Brady comes off the bench. We're off to the races.
Yeah.
You feel me?
But we don't have Brady.
You feel me?
Bench,
so for me, it was a more so like when I seen it, I'm like, all right, bro. I see the excitement that your team has for you at quarterback. You might want to protect yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
You feel me? You might. I feel you on I love the competitive spirit, but you might want to just step out of bounds. That might would have saved you, and like you said, it would have made it a 4th and 1 or a 3rd and 1, right?
Yeah.
And now you pushed them back to a 3rd and 16 because of now your boy has to defend you.
Right. Yeah.
You feel me? Which I had no problem with none of that.
Because you kind of have to.
I had no problem with none of that. When people, like I said, I'm on Twitter and people bugging, I'm like, okay, 1, it wasn't a bad hit, and 2, why are you mad at these niggas for defending their quarterback? That's what you want your team to do.
Yeah, that's what happened.
So I wasn't mad at
Pretty
it.
sure almost any team probably would have did it. So
for me, it was like, and then also too, like, it was the special teams for me because, like, obviously we did pretty good on the offensive end. It was great. It was good to see this nigga Stevenson get some type of back into the flow of things. Henderson definitely needs to be the one back. I feel like he hits the whole pause faster. But us getting that punt return just let me know that I was right on what I was thinking earlier this season about Marcus Jones. because I was just seeing what he was doing on the special teams for the last couple years, and I sent in the group chat that me and my boys have, like, we need to re-sign him. We need to extend him, and then we ended up extending him for another 3 years. So it was like cool, and then he does that. So it's like okay, money well spent. We're doing good. We're off to the races. This team, Vrabel got everybody where they need to be right now, and I'm liking the way that shit is moving.
Yeah, and it showed that we don't have our people where they need to be, because that's also where it's crazy. Like, you know, you gave up a fucking punt return. Like, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but you're not supposed to give them up, bro. Like, you gotta have better special teams, bro. Like, and special teams was killing us the whole fucking game, to be honest. So it's like, you know, it's fucking annoying to watch, you know, but I understand, you know, the excitement still, but it's like, how long is the excitement gonna last if he just keeps taking hits like this?
Because you know what it makes me think of?
I'll tell you what. No, go ahead.
It makes me think of Tua, almost. You feel me? Just for, like, the concussion standpoint of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't want, like, because I can see the excitement. I see where it's coming from. I can see where it's like, if he's the starter, where things would go if Scatterboo was out there with him, and if Neighbors was out there with him as well. Yeah. What this young core can really do.
When
you feel me?
When he jumped as if he was gonna try to, like, get over a motherfucker, and then changed it to a throw and got it there. That was the one that ended up being 4th and 1 because he didn't get it, and then we don't go for it. What does that send as a message to your player? Like, yo, bro, did you not see what the fuck I just did?
You see what I can do. Like, look
what
I'm
going
doing.
For that.
Right.
We're going for that.
Which, not for nothing, yes, you go for it. Especially with the way that the league is right now. When it's 4th and 2.
Yeah, bro, it's like Madden now. It's like Madden now. It's Madden. It's not even fucking...
The fucking Lions.
Yeah, fucking Campbell.
They fucking changed the game with that shit. And I respect it because it's like, sometimes you want your team to go for that shit, bro.
Go for this shit,
and then it's like, if you don't get it, fuck it. We didn't get it. But you know what I'm saying? We're on their side of the fucking ball. It's 4th and 1. Why not, bro? Run the fucking ball. Run the ball, yo.
I'm disappointed, man, but you know the best thing about tomorrow, so I ain't gotta watch them, man. We on a bye, so it's perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you guys on a bye too? Yeah, we finally get a bye.
Yeah,
we've been playing all season, so I mean, I feel like we're getting that bye at a good time. Get us some rest, man.
Yeah, I think it's a perfect time.
We need that, man. We need that, especially from like. Because the AFC wild card right now and the teams that are in the hunt is looking crazy. Everybody's like a game and a half a game behind.
Yeah, it's almost like that. It's pretty much like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the NFL is crazy right now.
Yeah, parody's going wild.
It is crazy. You don't know who's going to win, bro.
Yeah, you don't know, man.
You really don't know, and it's like...
It's unpredictable, but I'll tell you what is predictable. Primo Sports coming out with another episode every motherfucking week. You know what I'm saying? And I got a little proposal, I guess you would say, to you, and see if something you're interested in. So what I wanted to do was, you know, we got my boy Joe, you know what I'm saying? A little Toro time streaming on Kick. So I'm saying we bring Primo Sports and Toro time to a special episode. So we go over to Toro's spot and we do the episode on his live stream. So, because basically we could just cut out the hour, you know what I mean, and take that and then post it.
I think that'd be dope.
So let's have Toro involved in it, and then also on top of that, in his stream, there's this like the chat can gain channel points. You could gain them. I, being the dedicated subscriber I am, I made sure to get enough points to where, hold on 1 second. 1 second. Being the guy that I am, I made sure to get enough points to where Joe has to do a hot chip challenge. But he's being a little, whatever about it. So I'm feeling a little bit bad because I know he's worried about it. So
give him some milk.
So what I gave him the thing, the proposal I left for him was like, hey, this is what we'll do. We'll order a sauce, like a really hot sauce, you know what I mean, like one of the hot ones, sauces or whatever, and then I'll take a bite of some, we'll put it on like a fucking chicken tender or some shit like that, and I'll take a bite with him. And that's how we'll end that episode. And we'll probably maybe do like a segment where we make him answer some questions. If he can't answer it, he has to eat more of the hot sauce, you know what I'm saying? Like something like that. Because he has to take his punishment, bro. I grinded pause way too long for these points. So he has to feel the pain. But I'm willing, as being his best friend, to take a little bit of the pain too. I'm only going to do like a little. But he has to do like
the majority.
A big bite. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take a little bite. He got to take a big bite. So, we want to bring... I'm not going to say it's going to be next episode, but I already talked to Toro about it. He's obviously with it, and that shit would be fire for you to be... Would it be your first time on the stream, right?
Yeah.
I would say, yeah.
And then it'll also be dope, too, because then, getting somebody else's input on,
we could chop it up.
The sports intake, too, so, what I mean? And if any of his subscribers or whatever want to join in on the... You know what I mean, on the chat and what we're talking about.
Let's network. Let's chop it up, man.
And just, we just talk and, we talk sports. And, you give your opinion, obviously everybody keep it respectful. And, yeah.
And then you get to see that side of the streaming world, actually being on the stream, seeing the monitors all set up and shit's fire, you know what I'm saying? So my boy Toro got a good setup, man. So... Look, you know what I mean? We looking forward to that, man. For sure, man. Definitely an inspiration for me even doing something like this anyway. Him, the Cam and Mace shit obviously was a big one. Just making it, I would say them two have made it like where you feel comfortable talking about sports the way we do, where it's not as super professional or whatever. It's just how we talk. And... we're giving you our opinions on shit, We know our shit, Some things I don't know. I mean, some things we fuck up on, bro. Like, I was looking at an episode the other day. I said Jalen Ramsey was still on the Rams. Motherfuckers on the Steelers.
I probably said some shit on here that I fucked up on. I think I fucked up on when CP was drafted. I think I said 03 and it was like 06 or something.
Yeah, it's like I think it was like 08 or something.
You know what I'm saying? It was one of those. So it's like, Look,
we just give you our
play as fuck up.
You feel me? Yeah. Perfect. Man. We out of here, man. I'ma fuck with y'all, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, man. Keep showing that love, man. Lex, you got any parting words for them, man?
Just doubling up, you know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe, man. Get with us when you can.
Yes, sir. We out of here. Much love.